From Lalate News headquarters in Santa Monica, this is Mornings Lalate.
Wednesday, March 10th, 2021, and it's Mornings Lalate with big breaking news across the land. About your $1,400 third stimulus check and third stimulus package. The House will approve your third stimulus check today, and the president will sign it into law later today. The president is set to address the entire country from the East Coast to the West Coast in primetime Thursday night. He will explain your third stimulus check. Meantime, Wall Street is relatively calm today. The 10-year Treasury note is calm as well, in advance of a bond auction later today. And the Consumer Price Index released for February numbers were tame this morning as well. A push is underway for fourth stimulus package checks to have reoccurring monthly stimulus checks as well. Will the president agree to these details across the board? For a nation that now awaits a third stimulus check, it could start landing in your bank account as early as the end of this week. From Santa Monica to across the land, from the East Coast to the West Coast, your financial news from the leading financial news network starts right now, live from Santa Monica, as the first hour of Mornings Lalate starts right now. Good morning, how are you? Big developments across the board and across this country. As the Dow is up relatively strong this morning, the NASDAQ is up as well. Excitement's brewing as the House vote for your third stimulus check will be happening today. And the vote and the law will be today as well. The toast is toasting, the butter is buttering, the coffee's brewing. I'm here, you're here. And it's Mornings Lalate. How are you? Good morning. It's a big, exciting day. Congratulations, you are getting your third stimulus check of $1,400. But guess what? You're getting more than that as well. In this recording, I'm going to show you how most of the viewers of this channel will probably get at least $5,000 just to start, in addition to your $14 stimulus check. Parents of 5-year-olds to newborn will also get $5,000 for that child, each child 5 years to newborn. If you're a hazard pay worker, you're going to get $1,500 plus a $14 stimulus check. If you're a college student, you're going to get $1,700 of financial aid plus $14 stimulus check. If you have mortgages at home or bills around the house, you're going to get those paid as well. You're going to get rent for low-income, middle class, and also homeless rent. There'll be paid sick leave of $1,400 a week. There'll be a business grant of $5,000. Yes, $5,000. And there will be an extension of PUA, FPUC, UI, and there's two other surprise tax break. The first $10,200 of your income from unemployment in 2020 is now tax-free. More about that in a second. And also, when the federal government forgives student loan debt in a standalone bill, which could still be happening in the next few weeks, the money on that tax of forgiveness will not exist anymore, giving you a freedom of about a $20,000 tax break. All this exciting, great news across the land as the coffee is brewing, the toast is toasting. I'm here, you're here, and the only thing is missing is you to hit that subscribe button right now. You need to subscribe to this channel because no one is going to get you more money throughout the 6-hour programming schedule of live broadcasts. Today, I'll be covering everything from Wall Street to Main Street, from a stimulus check to the bond market, from Get Bitcoin to rent eviction moratorium, to SSI and SSDI, to securities. Everything you need to know to get financially stable across financial markets will be covered in this channel over the next 6 hours. 2 hours of morning to Lalate, 2 hours of noontime, and 2 hours on afternoons Lalate. I hope you stay with me because there's a lot of breaking development, and two things are happening later today, one of which is the bond auction, which could absolutely turn this market upside down. That will be a breaking news story happening shortly. And of course, the vote in the Senate, in the House. Well, we start the new day with the Treasury yields relatively tame. The U.S. Treasury bond is currently tame starting Wednesday. That's good for inflation, good for stimulus, good for your bank account. The Treasury yield remains at about 1.54% at about 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, shortly before broadcast. But there's more coming up shortly. The 10-year Treasury auction will be at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And that's where you could see the yields going higher. And if they do go higher, thank you, Christy, for becoming a purple member. If the Treasury yields go higher, you could see a lot of volatility. More about that in a second. Thank you for Renee for becoming a Purple Hawk. And everyone, thank you, Sandra, for the super chat. Really appreciated the news. The Consumer Price Index hit this morning, and that Consumer Price Index is important because it shows where this economy is going. February's Consumer Price Index also came in relatively calm. The Labor Department said it increased at 0.4% after rising 0.3% in January. That number is consistent with what the market believed was going to happen. Basically, no surprises there. Meantime, there's a new question today about the timing. The bill will be signed into law tonight, and tomorrow the president has a press conference. Is the president doing a victory lap to celebrate the passage of his bill? That question is already being asked of Democrats. Majority Whip Jim Clyburn of South Carolina says absolutely no. There's a lot of people who use the term victory lap. I've already heard people saying that Biden's about to take a victory lap about the stimulus package. One of the biggest mistakes Obama made, says Clyburn, is that he did not explain to the American people what his Recovery Act had done. So on Thursday night, Joe Biden will explain to the American people who are not subscribers to this channel what you're getting in the third stimulus package. And then the question is, what's next? A new report asks, what will the president do next? The president's doing really well in the polls because this is a popular bill. But the next question is driving the awareness. And that's what Robert Gibbs, an Obama press secretary, said, that people need to understand what's in the stimulus package. Now, I can certainly express the importance of that. Right after this recording, in about 20 minutes, is Purple, in which I show you $5, $10, $15, $20,000 of money I can get you right now under second stimulus. The reason why that show's a hit is because no one realizes, no one was told that there's this money available for them under second stimulus. So I actually have a hit show which validates this point that the president needs to explain to the American people what is in this stimulus package. Of course, I would like the president to explain to us where he sees that business grant to start a new business for innovation. He said that in his last press conference, and we still can't see that as well. But telling the American people what is in the stimulus package is very important. Of course, why does that cause a negative impact on the viewers of this channel? You know the word. It's 2 words. It's called stimulus stampede. Imagine the President of the United States appearing on primetime news on a Thursday night, 24 hours after a bill becomes law, and says that there's $5,000 of a grant for you to go get if you're an Uber or Lyft driver. Do you know how many people are going to go and surge and rush to get that grant? It's it's stimulus stamping like you've never seen. If the president goes on prime time and suddenly tells American viewers who are not subscribers to this channel, there is all this money for you to get, boy, you are never going to see Stimulus Stampede like that moment. So that's why you need to subscribe to this channel. You need to become a member, because now you're going to be competing potentially against more people than ever before for the items that are in the third stimulus package. Remember, the stimulus check is automatic. You got that. Very easy. The children's check, that's automatic. You got that. But everything else is not. It's application based, meaning first come, first serve. And the message I've been delivering to viewers for several weeks, well, actually, several months since last year, is that when these stimulus packages go live, they don't have enough money for everyone. The presumption that viewers think is that, well, it's a stimulus package. Of course, there's going to be money for everyone. No. In fact, there's so little money, the money often has gone away in 3 days in some cases. So you need to hit that subscribe button right now and make sure you don't miss a penny. Remember, it's free to subscribe, but it can cost you thousands of dollars if you miss when a stimulus package item goes live. Here's an example. The EIDL grant will go live a certain number of days after the bill is signed into law, today. Do you know what day it's going live? No. Is there any way to know what goes live? No. Do we know when's the latest date it can go live? Yes. But what happens when it goes live? Well, if you're sitting around or taking a drive up the coast and you're not applying for that grant, it will be out of money within 3 days. I guarantee you. I guarantee you. So that's what's important to know. Thank you, Jenny, for the super chat. I really appreciate it. So what's important to understand is that when someone has just passed a massive stimulus package where 99% of the items are application based, and he's appearing on prime time and he's saying, go get the money, go apply. That's like, that's like having a Super Bowl ad and saying there's extra free pizzas down at the pizza parlor. Suddenly everyone's going to rush and get that money. So you need to know where it is, how much you can get, and when you can get it. And I'll show that to you starting right now. The $14 stimulus check is automatic. It's $14 for individual, $14 for children, $1,400 for adult dependents. It will go to the person who declares you as the dependent, that stimulus check. You need to have a social security number, and it's for anyone whose income is under $75,000. If you're missing a second stimulus check, don't worry. You can get it by declaring it on line 30 of your Form 1040. Unemployment. Unemployment goes uninterrupted. Latoya, thank you for becoming a Purple Hawk. Unemployment, your claim will stay uninterrupted. You don't have to reapply for a new claim. Did you hear that? You do not have to reapply for a new claim. Unemployment will continue to September 6th. Thank you, Common, for the super chat. That means your PUA will now have 79 weeks, previously 50 weeks. Your PUC will now have 53 weeks, previously 24. Now, this is the one shocker that has caused a lot of pandemonium and a lot of confusion. The bill, which will become law, makes your first $10,200 of unemployment income in 2020 tax-free. That's your UI, PUA, and FPUC, tax-free. You need to go to a tax preparer if you don't know how that implicates you, whether you get more money back, how you do it, to get that change of your tax return. The most common question the volunteers are getting, because they're not volunteers for unemployment, they're volunteers for rent and utilities, is who do I ask that $10,000 to be returned to me? This is not something you can ask for. This is a tax return situation. So you need to go right to that tax preparer who did your 2020 return, because this is a big issue. Go to him or her the moment this becomes law, which will be later today. Next, COBRA is cheaper. The government will be paying all COBRA benefits from April 1st to September 30th. Also, your premiums will be no more than 8.5%. That is incredible, great news. There's a child care tax credit, and that's for 50% of your child care costs up to age 13. This is across the land. It calculates the following: $4,000 for every first child and $8,000 for 2 or more children. Then we have the incredible money about children. If you have a child who is 5 to newborn, they are getting a $5,000 stimulus. It's being paid the following: $1,400 stimulus check, which will come of yours, and then starting the month of July, $300 a month for 12 months, or $3,600. 17 to 6-year-olds will get a $4,400 stimulus. It's paid the following: $1,400 starting the month of July, actually $1,400 stimulus check coming with yours, and then $250 a month starting the month of July, $3,000. What do you need to know about this? 1, it's automatic. 2, on the requirement that IRS knows the child exists. If you're on SSI or SSDI, this is for you as well. All they need to know is the child exists. If they know the child exists, you're done. If they don't know the child exists, again, back to that tax preparer, this is something you need to fix because it's a lot of money. Again, that's per child. This is a huge amount of money. Thank you, Nanette Moss, for the super chat. Hazard pay will be provided at $1,502 for ages 19 and older if you worked in the pandemic and laid less than $25,000. Rental assistance is huge. There's an enormous amount for rental assistance, and the great news is that there's one line at the end of the rental assistance which does not necessarily require you to be behind on rent. There's rent for low income, middle class, homeless people, and also there is mortgage assistance for homeowners that have a privately held mortgage, and also homeowners' bills like utilities and other bills. This is a big surprise. And what else is in the third stimulus package? I have all those details coming up in 60 seconds, but first, here's a little bit about today's programming schedule.
Right. If you want money right now, not 5 days from now, and not 5 weeks from now, then reach out to the community page. The volunteers can help you find that money for rent and utilities. That's at news.la.com/community. The community page features a series of volunteers who are viewers like you. They can help you find rent, utilities, SNAP, food benefits, mortgage assistance, and help you with eviction moratorium questions as well. Their Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram individuals reach out to them and indicate the city and state you're from, and they'll get back to you shortly. That's a community page. Volunteers working for you, viewers helping one another. Stay with LA for more. Join Lalate Daily for the excitement of the new Lalate live daily. The excitement starts on Mornings Lalate at 9 a.m. Home Lalate returns at 11 a.m. daily. And then afternoons Lalate at 1 p.m. Join us daily as the excitement continues live from Santa Monica on Lalate.
From Wall Street to Main Street, this is Lalate.
And we're back. If you have not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. Throughout the day, I will have 6 hours of live programming, 2 hours on mornings LA, 2 hours on afternoons LA, and 2 hours on noontime LA. Coming up in about 5 to 10 minutes from now is Purple on mornings, where I show you how to get money right now, not 5 weeks from now, not 5 months from now, $5, $10, $15, $20,000 of second stimulus. Yes, you should get that. You should absolutely get that. That's in addition to your stimulus check. Thank you, Michael, for coming to Purple Hawk during the commercial break. Some really great questions I saw during the commercial break, including questions about where do I apply for this? Where do I apply for that? I love those questions because people are ready to pounce. The more you are gauged in, focused on what you want and how you get it, the better you will be. Ultimately, I tell you all the information I know, and then if I'm not saying it, we don't know just yet. But we do know the next item. That's the restaurants and the businesses grants. Those will both be at sba.gov. Nicole, Thank you for coming a Purple Hawk. They are not live yet, but they will be at sba.gov. There will be 2 SBA grants. Excuse me, there'll be actually 3. There will be 2 EIDL grants. The first one is a little bit problematic, which will likely not qualify for most of the viewers of this channel. It's for people who applied for an EIDL grant under the second stimulus and have not gotten paid. I don't know particularly who that really is, so my focus is on the next EIDL grant. The next EIDL grant is exactly $5,000 if you had a business during the pandemic and had a downturn of about 30% or more, and you had less than 10 employees. It's virtually every viewer of this channel that is a solo or a Schedule C. It's exactly $5,000. You will qualify for it. So what you need to know is that that grant opens and will run out of money within a blink of an eye. It will open within 28 days after the bill is signed into law today. Again, it will open within 28 days. But as soon as it opens, it will be out of money within 3 days, I'm predicting. Next, there's money for restaurants. That is based upon the following calculation. And again, restaurants include anything from a food cart to a fine dining. 2020 revenue subtracted from 2019 revenue is the amount of your free grant. I'll have more details about that on our business lunch show on noontime Lalate. If you're just joining me across the land, the excitement is brewing. As your $1,400 third stimulus check will become law later today. The House will be voting on your $1,400 third stimulus check, and it will become a law later today. And then it's over to the president's office, and he will sign it into law. The day is also heating up with exciting news as anticipation of the Treasury yield auction is about 2 hours away. About 2 hours away. That Treasury bond yield is very important. It's a bond auction because that will determine whether yields are going higher and whether securities will pull back. Meantime, forced stimulus is absolutely underway. Democrats, no less than 11 of 50 Democrats, have written the president a letter and said that they will not give him the vote the next time around when he does the next stimulus package unless he puts reoccurring stimulus checks in there, presumably every month, and presumably $2,000. Then there's a push for SSI and SSDI, Social Security and Railroad benefits, to be either in it, the forced stimulus, or as a standalone bill. More about that in about an hour. At the top of the hour as headline news returns to Lalate. And finally, there's a new push for FPUC retro, that unpaid FPUC from July to December of last year. People are now pushing for that fix it in the forced stimulus as well. Remember, FPUC retro is supported by Ron Wyden if you get more Democrats behind it as well. As we come up on the bottom of the hour, it's time for purple. $5, $10, $15, $20,000 money right now, not 5 days from now, not 5 weeks from now. Congratulations, you're getting a $14 stimulus check, but I want you to get a lot more. You're going to get $5,000 additionally in the third stimulus package. But under the second stimulus package, which is already lost since from last December, I'm going to show you how you get money right now, in addition to third stimulus money. It's coming up right next. Join me on that next live show in 2 minutes. Jump into the feed, but first, subscribe. Make sure you subscribe to the fastest growing financial channel online. Minutes ago, YouTube released a report that detailed how many viewers it had in the month of December. And I gotta tell you, when you compare those against Lalate's numbers, I think we're doing pretty well compared to the entire platform of the channel. Stay with Lalate, and I'll see you in just 3 minutes. Subscribe, like this video, and if you've not become a member, consider becoming a member. Save LA for more.